Did you know that in Japan, more than 90,000 people have lived past 100? That's not just a statistic. That's a reflection of a nation that moves differently, breathes differently, and honors its body in quiet, deliberate ways. Meanwhile, here in the US, we spend billions chasing vitality. Gym memberships, supplements, digital workouts. Yet by the time most of us hit 50, our knees ache, our balance fades, and our mornings start with stiffness instead of strength. So what are the Japanese doing so differently? It isn't luck or sushi or green tea. It's something much simpler and much more profound. When researchers from Harvard Medical School and the University of Tokyo studied Japan's oldest citizens, men and women in their hundreds, still walking, smiling, independent, they discovered the real secret. It wasn't diet, it wasn't genetics, it was movement. 6 small daily movements, subtle, almost invisible, that Western medicine once dismissed as too basic. But when the brain scans and mobility tests came back, they told a different story. One of these 6 movements, practiced for just 2 minutes a day, was linked to 7 additional years of life. Not from drugs, not from machines, but from the body's own wisdom, awakened through mindful motion. So if you're over 50 and your body's been whispering, maybe it's stiffness in the knees, slower reflexes, or that fog that creeps in after lunch. Stay with me. You're about to rediscover what your body was always meant to do. And before we start, I'd love to know where you're listening from tonight. Drop your city in the comments below, because this isn't just information, it's a movement. Men50X isn't just a channel. It's a brotherhood of men who refuse to fade quietly. If what you hear resonates, take a second to subscribe. It tells YouTube that men over 50 still care about strength, clarity, and purpose. And it tells your body, it's time to start moving again. The art of slow walking, Sampo. Every morning in Japan, long before the streets fill and the shops open, you'll see something quiet but powerful. Older men and women walking slowly through their neighborhoods. Not rushing, not counting steps, not chasing calories. Just walking, deliberately, mindfully. They call it Sampo, the art of slow walking. Now, this isn't your usual power walk. There are no earbuds, no targets to hit. It's walking at half your normal pace, breathing in rhythm. Inhale for 2 steps, hold for 2, exhale for 4. That's all. Simple, but deeply intentional. What happens inside the body when you move this way is remarkable. Research from Kyoto University found that seniors who practiced Sampo daily had over 60% less arterial stiffness and walked with posture and grace 20 years younger than their actual age. The slow pace forces every joint and muscle in your feet, all 33 of them, to reconnect with the ground, sending signals back to the brain that retrain balance, coordination, and spatial awareness. It's like recalibrating your internal GPS, one gentle step at a time. Studies from the Mayo Clinic now show that mindful walking patterns like this can calm the nervous system, regulate blood pressure, and even enhance brain clarity. You don't sweat, but you feel alive, centered, grounded, steady. You see, Western fitness often teaches us to move harder, but longevity teaches us to move wiser. Japanese elders have known this for generations. Walking slowly isn't a weakness. It's a conversation between your body and your breath. If you want to try it, start with 10 minutes each morning. Walk on grass if you can, barefoot if you're comfortable. Let your breath guide your pace. Feel your heels, your arches, your toes. This is how the Japanese tune their bodies and minds at dawn. Not to burn calories, but to wake up life itself. And if this resonates with you, take a second to like this video. Not for the algorithm, but as a signal to yourself. A small, quiet commitment to start your mornings differently, with presence and purpose. Taiso, the 3-minute ritual that moves a nation. Every morning in Japan, precisely at 6:30 a.m., a gentle piano melody plays on national radio. It's not news, it's not weather. It's something older, something sacred in its simplicity. It's the sound of a nation moving together. They call it radio taiso, a 3-minute ritual that has been quietly shaping Japan's health for nearly a century. It began in 1928, designed as a way to keep the nation's bodies supple and strong. Today, from schoolyards to office rooftops, from tiny fishing villages to bustling Tokyo parks, millions still do it. 13 graceful movements. Arm circles, side stretches, knee lifts, forward bends, all done in rhythm with the music. It looks like Tai Chi meeting a smile. But beneath that lighthearted surface lies something profound. A study of over 8,000 Japanese seniors showed that those who practiced radio taiso daily had 40% fewer falls, 55% less chronic back pain, and maintained full range of motion in hips and shoulders, even into their 80s. Here's why it works. Those flowing, continuous movements stimulate synovial fluid, the body's natural joint oil. After 50, that lubrication slows dramatically, and stiffness sets in. But with just 3 minutes of motion, your joints reawaken. Your circulation warms. Your brain chemistry shifts. And the beauty is, it asks for almost nothing. No gym, no mat, no special clothes. You can do it barefoot in your kitchen, in your living room, or even on the porch with morning light across your face. According to the Harvard Health Review, gentle rhythmic movement upon waking enhances oxygen delivery to the brain, stabilizes blood sugar, and activates dopamine, the motivation molecule. So those first few minutes aren't just about flexibility, they're about resetting your chemistry for the day ahead. Try it tomorrow. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Just move in rhythm with your breath. Feel your shoulders loosen, your spine lengthen, your mind begin to clear. And if you're finding value in this, consider subscribing to Men 50X. This is where we rediscover the ancient ways that modern science is finally catching up to. Ways that help us stay strong, sharp, and independent far beyond 50. The deep squat rest, the lost human posture. Walk through a park in Tokyo and you'll see something that might stop you for a moment. An older man in his 70s, maybe 80s, sitting comfortably in a deep squat. His heels flat, his spine straight, reading a paper, feeding birds, maybe trimming a bonsai. It looks effortless, but it's one of the quietest signs of vitality you'll ever see. Now, try that here in the West. Most men over 50 can't hold that position for more than 10 seconds. Some can't even reach it without pain. And that's not failure, it's evolution. Or rather, devolution. We lost the ability because we stopped using it. Chairs took over our lives, and in doing so, they slowly shortened our independence. In Japan, the deep squat isn't an exercise, it's life. They eat on the floor, they rest there, they socialize there. And that daily practice keeps their hips open, their knees strong, and their spine decompressing naturally. A 12-year study from the University of Tokyo followed more than 5,000 seniors and found that those who could hold a full squat for 2 minutes had a 70% lower risk of needing assisted living. That's not coincidence. That's biomechanics and biology working together. When you sink into a deep squat, your hips move through their full range. Your pelvic floor strengthens, crucial for bladder control and core stability. Your ankles stay mobile and your spine aligns itself like it's meant to. It's the body returning to its original blueprint. If you're starting out, don't rush it. Hold onto a chair or a wall. Roll a small towel under your heels if they don't stay down. Even 30 seconds 2 or 3 times a day can start to rebuild what decades of sitting have stolen. According to research from Harvard's Department of Physical Medicine, maintaining deep hip mobility after 50 can reduce joint degeneration by up to 40% and delay lower back pain by years. So don't think of it as a stretch. Think of it as coming home. A conversation between your body and gravity, teaching each other how to trust again. And if this message hits home, give this video a like. It's not about numbers, it's about sending a signal to your body that you're ready to move differently, to live differently, starting now. Single leg standing. Balance that builds the brain. In Japan, doctors don't just prescribe pills for aging, they prescribe balance. One of the most common prescriptions you'll hear in a Japanese clinic sounds almost too simple to believe. Stand on one leg for 1 minute twice a day. That's it. No equipment, no sweat, no excuses. But behind that simplicity lies one of the most powerful predictors of longevity ever discovered. A 15-year study from Fukuoka University followed over 12,000 older adults and found that those who practiced single-leg standing daily had 68% fewer hip fractures, 75% fewer fall-related hospitalizations, and even higher gray matter volume in key areas of the brain that control coordination and memory. Here's why. The moment you lift 1 foot off the ground, your body begins making hundreds of tiny micro-adjustments. Your ankles, hips, and core muscles firing like a silent orchestra to keep you steady. At the same time, your brain lights up. Neural circuits responsible for focus, balance, and spatial awareness all activate at once. According to researchers at the Mayo Clinic, your ability to balance on one leg for more than 20 seconds is actually a stronger predictor of lifespan than cholesterol or blood pressure. It's not just balance training, it's brain training. Start simple. Stand near a wall or countertop, lift 1 foot just an inch off the ground, breathe normally. Focus your eyes on a still point ahead. 20 seconds on each leg once or twice a day. Over time, you'll notice not just better balance, but sharper focus. Because balance is the body's way of keeping the mind awake. Japanese elders often turn this into a quiet ritual, brushing their teeth while standing on one leg. They combine routine with intention, turning something ordinary into something deeply restorative. If that's too easy, close your eyes or turn your head slowly side to side. This forces your brain to adapt in real time, improving neuroplasticity, reaction time, and overall stability. So the next time you reach for your toothbrush, try it. Let that 1 minute become your quiet rebellion against decline. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe to Men50X. This isn't just about movement. It's about building a mind and body that refuse to fade quietly no matter your age. Floor-sitting transitions, your daily longevity test. In Japan, sitting on the floor isn't unusual. It's part of life. They eat on the floor, drink tea there, even watch TV that way. And because of that, something remarkable happens. They also get up and down from the floor dozens of times a day. Now, to most Westerners, that doesn't sound like much. But science tells a different story. Researchers from the University of Tsukuba followed over 10,000 adults for 6 years and found something extraordinary. Those who could sit down on the floor and stand back up without using their hands had a dramatically lower mortality rate. The reason? That simple transition tests almost every system that keeps you alive. Strength, coordination, balance, and brain connectivity. Think about it. To lower yourself with control, then rise again, you need hip mobility, knee stability, strong ankles, and a responsive core. But more than that, your brain must coordinate every piece of the puzzle, adjusting your posture, your breathing, your center of gravity. It's a full-body dialogue between muscle and mind. After 50, this ability starts to fade, not because we age, but because we stop practicing it. Yet when you bring it back, even in small doses, the benefits appear fast. Flexibility returns, core strength improves, and that quiet confidence knowing you can still move freely when it comes back like an old friend. Start slow. Practice sitting down onto a soft mat or carpet. Use a sturdy chair for support if needed. Then rise again, gently, with control. Do it 2 or 3 times a day. You'll feel the difference within weeks, not just in your body, but in the way you move through life. According to research from Harvard's Department of Aging and Movement Science, daily floor transitions improve lower body strength by up to 40% and reduce the risk of falls by half in adults over 60. So don't see it as an exercise. See it as a promise. A small act of independence you renew every day. Because the day you can no longer get off the floor is the day your freedom starts to shrink. If this message hits home, give this video a like. It tells YouTube we're building something that matters here. A community of men reclaiming strength, purpose, and control. One movement at a time. The towel twist. 2 minutes to rewire the body. In Japan, some of the oldest men and women alive credit their strength and clarity to something almost laughably simple: a towel. Not a workout band, not a machine, not a gadget. Just a plain towel and 2 minutes a day. They call it tenugui hibiki, or the towel twist. It looks easy. You hold the towel out in front of you, arms straight. You pull gently, creating tension, then twist your torso to one side while keeping your hips steady. Hold for 3 seconds. Return to center. Twist the other way. Repeat. Slowly, intentionally. What happens inside your body is profound. That gentle resistance activates the deep stabilizer muscles that most men lose after 50. The ones that protect your spine, support your balance, and anchor your core. It also trains your nervous system to coordinate both sides of the body, reawakening communication between the brain's hemispheres. A 20-year longitudinal study of 15,000 Japanese elders found that those who practiced this movement daily lived 7 years longer on average, with 20% higher bone density and grip strength levels matching people 2 decades younger. Brain imaging from the National Center for Geriatrics and Gerontology in Aichi revealed something even more fascinating. The towel twist simultaneously activates both the motor cortex and the prefrontal cortex, the regions responsible for coordination, focus, and emotional regulation. In other words, this simple ritual keeps the brain young while strengthening the body. Try it now. 2 minutes in the morning, 2 before bed. No sweat, no strain, just gentle tension and breathing. As you twist, let your breath lead. Inhale through the center, exhale as you turn. Feel your spine lengthen, your chest open, your body wake up. And here's a thought. Those 2 minutes aren't just exercise, they're a reset. A way of reminding yourself that aging doesn't have to mean decline. If you've been following this far, make sure you're subscribed to Men50X. This channel is where science meets soul, where small habits build a stronger, sharper, more grounded version of you. Day by day, choice by choice. The mindset of movement. Aging. Like the Japanese. You don't need to move to Japan to age like the Japanese. You don't need their genes, their diet, or their traditions. What you need is their mindset. The belief that small, consistent movements done with presence are worth more than hours of strain done without meaning. The 6 daily movements you've just discovered: slow walking, radio taiso, deep squatting, single leg standing, floor transitions, and the towel twist. They aren't workouts. They're conversations between the body and time itself. Each one tells your body, I'm still here. I still care. I still choose to move. According to Harvard's Longevity Research Initiative, gentle daily motion can slow age-related decline in the brain by up to 30%. The NIH calls it adaptive movement therapy. But in Japan, they don't use that term. They simply call it living well. Because longevity isn't the goal, vitality is. Japanese elders don't move because they want to live forever. They move because they want to live fully, clear-headed, steady, and self-reliant, for as long as life allows. That's the difference. So if you've been feeling stiffness, fatigue, or the quiet fear that your best years are behind you, remember this. The human body never forgets how to heal. It just needs a reason. These 6 movements give it one. Start small. 1 habit, 1 minute, 1 choice. You might not notice the change tomorrow, but a month from now, you'll feel steadier on your feet, clearer in your thoughts, calmer in your mornings. And maybe, just maybe, you'll begin to feel what the Japanese have known for generations. That movement isn't about looking young. It's about staying alive in the deepest sense. So if this journey spoke to you, don't let it end here. Subscribe to Men50X because this is where men like us, men with stories, scars, and strength, come to rebuild our bodies, our energy, and our purpose. And before you go, tell me, which of these 6 movements will you start with? Drop it in the comments. I read them all because aging well isn't something we do alone. It's something we do together.